What the hell?
What? Oh, it's like right behind. And we are live. Let's go. Okay, just let me get this set up. Sharing. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so the only thing is it's not sharing our faces. I think unless, oh, we can put it here. Cool. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to the live stream.
We hope you're having a great start to your week, and thank you so much for being here with us.
And we're going to kick off this week with a training that is going to empower you to hit your goals and empower you to win the challenge this month. So
to start this off, we wanted to just give you a quick reminder of what the Nourish to Flourish Challenge is all about. So for each day that you hit your nutrition goal within 10%, you'll earn 10 points. So it's about fueling your body with the right amount of calories, carbs, proteins, and fats. And here's how to win. So hit 120 points during the challenge, and you'll be entered to win a pair of our Deep Fit Fam joggers. And then 200 points, and you'll get an extra 10 points into the drawing, boosting your chances of winning.
And I just want to say, way to get rolling, ladies. So you're going to see the Nourish to Flourish challenge in your app. And once you click on it, you're going to see this little like treasure hunt. And each milestone that you hit, you're going to end up at different points. Once you get to the treasure trove right here, that means that you've hit the threshold to be entered into the drawing. And you get points when you hit all macros and calorie goals. So you may see that your name pops up, you hit your nutrition goal, but you're not going to get the 10 points unless you've hit all of the macronutrient goals within 10%.
So we're going to be diving deep into the food freedom framework today in more detail. But as a refresher, the food freedom framework involves mindset, mindful eating, and meal planning.
And today we're going to be taking a deep dive into mindset specifically. Mindset refers to the set of beliefs and attitudes that shape how you perceive yourself, others, and the world around you. So who here has heard of fixed and growth mindset before? And if you have, just go ahead and react to this live or comment on this live too. So if you're watching the replay, just let me know. I want to see how many people have actually experienced or seen or heard of the fixed or growth mindset. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I have the chat so that I can see any of your comments coming in as well. Let me pull that up. Who here has heard of fixed and growth mindset? I'll take it out of that. Turning out the Alexa. Okay, so just comment below if you've heard this. I wanted to explain this in more detail. Even if you have heard of fixed or growth mindset, I'm going to give you some examples of how this might show up during this Nourish to Flourish challenge, or how it might show up in your journey in general with us. So first, a fixed mindset is the belief that our abilities, intelligence, and talents are inherent and that they're unchangeable traits. People with a fixed mindset often feel that they're either born with certain abilities or they aren't. And these abilities are not able to change. So the examples of, I want to avoid making mistakes, I'll never be that smart, I give up, this is good enough, or I know best. And a growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. People with a growth mindset embrace challenges and they see their failures as opportunities to grow and improve. Cultivating a growth mindset is vital for your success with not just nutrition, but for all things that you want to achieve. So a growth mindset, somebody who has a more growth mindset will say things like feedback is valuable. Is this my best work? I won't give up. Mistakes help me learn and I improve with practice. And I wanted to give you some more examples of where your mindset might be. So I want to give these to you and then just think to yourself, like, where would this be, fixed or growth mindset? Tracking my food didn't work for me. Or I'm too busy to track my food. And these are fixed mindsets. Next, A growth mindset is going to sound more like, I'm not good at tracking macros yet. I need to build this skill, or I am learning and my mistakes help me to grow. And if you're struggling to hit your nutrition goals, honestly, saying that is going to keep you struggling with it. So if you're saying, I'm struggling to hit my protein, or I'm struggling to hit my nutrition goals, and you keep telling yourself this, start saying, like, I'm struggling with this now, but I am taking steps to learn how to not struggle with it. Your language is so powerful.
And everything is hard before it's easy. So even though those things might feel super hard right now, it's not because they're impossible or because you are too busy or incapable. It's just because it's new and you haven't built those skills yet. And just like any skill, you need to learn and practice to build the skill. And in the process, you build confidence through yourself and through trial and error.
Amen. And to get the growth mindset, we're going to give you 4 steps to shift into this. And here's how you're going to do it. You're going to embrace your challenges as opportunities for growth. You're going to focus on the process, not just the outcome. You're also going to take feedback and coaching as a way to grow, and then celebrate your effort and progress. And we're going to dive deeper into each of these 4 shifts. The first one is
to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. And I wanted to tell you guys a quick story about my weekend because I think it'll resonate with a lot of you. So this past weekend, we had a wedding to go to, and I really wanted to enjoy myself without feeling like I was messing up all my progress. So before the wedding, I kept my calories pretty low during the day, especially through carbs and fats. I focused mainly on just hitting my protein goal. And by doing this, I gave myself some flexibility to enjoy the meal at the wedding without stressing about it too much. Now, here's the thing, though. It took me years of tracking my macros and getting better at recognizing portion sizes to get to this point. So even though it may seem hard right now, with practice and time and consistency, you'll be able to learn and navigate these situations. So when you face challenges like this, embrace them and lean into them because they are opportunities for growth to learn, practice, grow, and get better. And if we just focus on getting better 1% every day, eventually you'll be great.
Yeah, it's going to be insane because that 1% better also helps you to get away from the perfectionist mentality of, I have to like hit my macros perfectly at this wedding. If it's like your first couple times going to a wedding, it took us like years to get to this point where we're able to go give ourselves self-compassion and be able to eat the cupcakes and not feel bad, right? And I also wanted to include this visual of the cupcakes and this little plant thing because we got to take some plants home too. I thought that was cool. All right, the second part of cultivating a growth mindset is focusing on the process, not just the outcome. And how many of us here have been like so overly focused on the scale that you actually don't even do the things that make the scale move? This is so common. Most of us do this, especially at the start. We just get so overly focused on that number changing. So this is why we have the goals to actions framework, the GSPA mind map that comes with whenever you join our program. We lay out how you're going to actually reach your goals, okay? And GSPA stands for goals, skills, practices, and actions. And this is how we reverse engineer you reaching your goals. Because having a goal is great, but if you don't have a plan to get there, it's just wishful thinking. So I want to give you an example of how we break down your goal. Let's say that you're trying to lose 20 pounds. In order to lose 20 pounds, you have to have the skill of moving often, like hitting your steps, going to the gym, that kind of thing. And you also have to be eating enough nutrients. And that breaks down into practices of eating enough protein, eating enough veggies, staying hydrated. And then the actions that you take in order to build that practice is keeping a food log or identifying your favorite proteins or adding a super shake, things like that, right? So our job is to break down your goal into the daily habits and then help you to follow those daily habits consistently. And this is how it breaks down. The goals that you're going for and achieving are the outcome here. And whenever you stick to the process of doing the daily habits, building your practices, building those skills, that is considered the process. And this is where fad diets, quick fixes, and only sticking in a program for only 12 weeks really falls short for you, because you don't get to build your process. You don't get to that outcome. Or if you do get to the outcome, you did it so freaking fast that you didn't build any skills to actually keep your results. You actually need 60 days in order to get a new behavior to stick. So think of that. We want to focus on a specific habit for 60 days. That's only a couple habits that you can build in 12 weeks, not enough to make a lifestyle change. So make sure that you are sticking to things for longer, and then you continue building those skills so that you don't gain the weight back, or so that you don't lose all the muscle that you worked so hard for.
And the third way to get a growth mindset is to take feedback as a way to grow. So let's talk about how to do this. So this is the Deep Fit Client Success Path. And you already have seen different versions of this. For this visual, we wanted to highlight how our weekly deep dives play a crucial role in your success during this phase of the program. So checking in is extremely important part of your journey with us. And it's all about making sure that you're on track with getting the support that you need. So in order to get the most from your weekly deep dives, you will need to review your responses with a growth mindset lens. And here's how you can do that.
And I also wanted to just show you like the different phases, and hopefully it makes sense here how I put this in, but you start with your priming phase, go to the burn, reset, lifestyle mode. And this tree represents you long after Deep Fit, after you've built all these skills, you've grown into this strong oak tree where your roots are deep, you're hard to cut down, and you just are resilient as fuck. And here's the growth mindset lens that Bill was talking about.
So to utilize the weekly deep dive for growth, you will need to focus on number one, feedback awareness. And that is recognizing the purpose for the feedback that you're receiving as a way to grow. And then number two is keep an open mind and a sense of curiosity. Instead of immediately reacting, and just take a moment to digest the feedback and ask questions to yourself, like, what can I learn from this feedback? How can I apply this advice to improve? What patterns or insights can I identify from these responses? And remember that feedback is an opportunity to gain new perspectives and learn more about yourself. And then number three is ask questions for clarification if needed. If any part of the feedback is unclear, or if you need more context, don't hesitate to ask for clarification. It's more important to fully understand the feedback so you can make informed decisions and take appropriate actions. And then number four, once you have reviewed your deep dive, you will respond with questions, comments, concerns, or even just take a second to send a quick emoji to let us know that you get the gist of it and are taking action within 24 hours.
Yeah, just a little thumbs up to be like, dude, I got you. I'm doing it. I'm doing the shit. And the last way to grow your growth mindset is to celebrate your effort and your progress. And there are 3 ways, technically 4 ways to celebrate this. The first being reflect on the process and your growth. Take time in your deep dive to reflect on the steps that you've taken and the challenges you've overcome. If I see you putting on your questionnaire that you didn't have a win, that you didn't have anything you were grateful for or appreciated or proud, I'm going to call you out. Okay. There was something this past week that you have felt proud about, that you have appreciated, or that you were grateful for. It's bullshit if you leave that blank or tell me that you did not. Okay. I will call you out. Okay. So I want you to acknowledge the determination and perseverance that you've shown along the way. And every single week, I don't care how shitty your week was, you have something there. Next is reward consistency. So I want you to recognize and reward yourself for consistently showing up and putting in the effort. Again, even if it's just like showing up to like drink a little extra water, or even just on those bad weeks, sending your deep dive in is huge. So you can do this with super simple things like giving your husband a high five. Gives you a little dopamine hit. You can also like go and get your favorite coffee drink. If you have like that like special like thing that you like or special drink, go grab that. Or you can book yourself a massage or a facial. And by the way, if you're in the T County area, our client Melissa can hook you up. She's got all the self-care treatments And I'll go ahead and link her down below, link her Facebook page and whatnot. But she is in the area if you are in T County, as a way to celebrate your progress and reward your consistency. Number 3 is to track your milestones. So keeping track of your achievements, whether they're big or small. And we use our app to visualize your progress over time. So you can actually click on the progress trackers that are down below. Like if you're on your dashboard, let me pull this up so I can walk you through it a little bit. So when you are on your dashboard, you can scroll down and it says my progress. And what I like to do is click on the body weight. You can see like your whole body weight, like trend, like what that looks like. You can also look at your steps and see where your steps have been, your caloric intake, your pictures. And this gives you a bigger picture visual of how far you've come. And I also like to do this with journaling, or you can keep a goals board. You can do like, if you guys remember, SpongeBob had like the gold stars, like give yourself gold stars whenever you're hitting consistency. This is how we create this like positive feedback loop in our brains. Like if we give ourselves these little treats, these little like dopamine hits, you're more likely to repeat the good behavior. Instead of punishing yourself when you don't do well, if you reward yourself when you do well, you're going to do that thing more often. All right. And then the last one is going to be sharing your journey. So share your efforts with others, whether that be through social media or in person. This is going to build your accountability and provides you an opportunity to celebrate your dedication with a supportive community. So you can do this by, Clara just did this in our group chat. So posting like some sort of a win, and then all of us can come in and hype you up. That's another way to get positive feedback that reinforces your behavior. You can also do this with a friend, with your husband. Make sure you are always communicating with your partner where you're at in your journey and getting them involved to some. And if they're not in on wanting to eat more vegetables or whatever, like just share what you're doing. And then last is on social media. So don't forget to tag us at DeepFitFam so that we can repost your stories and all that good stuff. We love to see it, and it gives you an extra layer of accountability as well.
And then we also wanted to share some common mistakes so you can avoid these and get the points to win the joggers. So number 1 would be not measuring portions, leading to inaccurate tracking and missed goals. And then a good solution to this is using measuring tools or food scales to ensure accuracy. And then number 2 is underestimating your calories, especially in snacks and condiments. It can be very, very easy to get out of control with that. So the solution to that would be logging everything that you eat, no matter how small, and just to get a clear picture of the whole picture. And then number 3, not planning ahead. So leading into last minute food choices may not align with your goals. And a good solution to that would be to pre-track your meals for the week to reduce stress and make sure that you're prepared. And then number 4, giving up after missing a day. Not just because you don't hit everything perfect, that doesn't mean that you're not making any progress. So use a growth mindset and reflect on why you did not hit, or aim for 1% better every day, and you can do it.
You got this. And another thing with that is that to win this, all you need is 120 points to get entered into the drawing. Okay. That's 12 days of hitting your nutrition goal. I think over the next 3 weeks, you can definitely do that. It is definitely possible. And if you're still struggling and you're like, I really don't know how to hit this, maybe you're newer to tracking, maybe this is like completely new to you, or you're just really struggling with it, then please reach out to us, because that's what we're here for. We will individually help you how to actually hit your calories, how to hit your nutrition goals, and all that good stuff. So whatever comes up, let us know. All right. So we also wanted to take a moment to answer any of those questions. If you're brave enough to post them into the chat or post them into this replay, please put them here. That helps us out a ton, so that anyone who is watching the live stream, anyone who's watching the replay, can get those questions answered. And maybe if they have the same question and you post it, they can come there to find the answer to it. But I already had a couple questions so far, so I wanted to answer these. The first one I got is where to find the points. So in your app, you are going to see a little bar. I think it pops up at the top, close to your group chats. and it says the Nourish to Flourish Challenge. If you click on that, and then you are going to, I don't know if you guys can see this, but on here, you're going to see where it says all the people down at the bottom, and you can click down there and it will actually show you who has points. And congratulations to Shania. She is now in the lead with 20 points. So way to go, girl. And then the next question is, my name popped up and it said that I hit my nutrition goals, because we do have it like reposting to the challenge group chat. So that is going to pop up and tell you who hit their nutrition goals yesterday. And what I'm noticing is that it sometimes pops up and it sometimes doesn't. So this isn't the best way to like look at your points. So if you want to see how many points you have, go to the challenge. We just wanted to post the automated message in here so that it can kind of get us like some hype, like get you hyped up for it, but just know that that's not completely accurate. We're not sure what's going on with it, but you need to hit each of your macro goals within 10% to get the points. Okay. And if anything's going on weird with it, then let us know, just DM me and I will get it fixed. Great, that's all the questions that I had, and we don't have any questions in the live, I don't think. I'm scared to click on it because it'll start talking. So that is everything. We got this. You guys are crushing it so far. I'm really excited to see everyone aiming for their nutrition goals. This will be a really good kickstart to focus on nutrition specifically. So what we are going to do is we're going to have part 2 of 3 next Monday at noon EST. So we will see you on that next one. Let us know what questions you have, and we hope you have a good rest of your Monday.
Have a great week, guys.
Hey guys.